Hey, what's up, guys? You know, this new YouTube adventure that I'm going on is something that brings on a lot of anxiety and it brings on pressure, but pressure's not always bad. And I just wanted to take the time to come up here and just tell you I love you, bro. I'm grateful for my entire life. Everything, every aspect of my life, I have tremendous amount of gratitude because, like I've said before, statistically, I wasn't supposed to make it, bro. I have almost 8 years clean and sober this November, mental health issues, abuse victim. And I just really wanted to get up on here to talk to you and ask you, like, what is it that you guys want to talk about? Because I really just, hey, what's up? How are you? This new YouTube thing is just a trip to me. I don't really know a lot of what I'm planning on doing or what I'm going to do. It just all starts to happen in divine timing. My entire structure and journey of creating content has led me up until this point, and I finally have gathered enough tools to get to this point where I can make the next step, and that's really creating YouTube videos that actually have value and actually bring something of worth to the table that can entertain and or teach everybody who watches. If you're here, I just want to tell you thanks, bro, because if you're here, that means that you're definitely part of this group of individuals that have been supporting me and following me and allowing me to grow and change in many different ways. And mostly it's just in the way that I talk to myself, bro. For most of my life, I put my self-worth in the hands of others. It was not really put my worth in their hands. It was my perception of my worth that was in their hands because I just didn't really love or care about myself. I put myself in situations that were unsafe and unhealthy for me. I made choices and hurt people that I really wouldn't have ever done if I wasn't physically dependent to certain chemical substances that cause addiction. But through all of that, I just want to say thank you because you just being here has allowed me to learn, to grow, to perfect the hobby and the passion that I have of creating content and bringing things to the table that have value to the individual on the other side of this screen. None of this would actually even be possible, really, if it wasn't for you, girl or guy, whoever you are. I don't have a large following on YouTube, and I know that a lot of the people that have come to my YouTube have followed me from other platforms, and it truly does mean the world to me. You know, going back to me putting my self-worth in other people's hands, I never ever, majority of my life through my abuse and the abandonment in and out of foster care, I just didn't think at the end of the day that I was lovable. And if I truly believed that if all of the people around me showed me, or my perception of it was that they didn't love me, it was really hard for me to love myself. The entire system that we live in is all structured and almost perfectly, like it's a perfect architecture of a system that is doing whatever it can to prevent you from loving yourself, prevent you from listening to your gut intuition, listening to the voice inside of your head that says this is not true. You know what I'm talking about. I don't really have to go deep into intuition and gut feelings, but the whole system is to make you not love yourself, make you think that you can never amount to anything, make you think that you always fail every single time you try, all while systematically trying to make you scared and angry as much as possible so they can dictate what you believe, how you feel, how you will react. And the baseline of all of it is self-love. That's really what I've learned through my entire spiritual journey, was that the missing component that I had a majority of my life is that it all starts with doing something every single day to show yourself that you love yourself. And fuck, man, isn't that so hard sometimes? Like just with the simple fact that life is just at the fastest pace we've experienced as humans. It's just like every single day in and out, there just seems to be an endless flow of information, notifications, news headlines, breaking news. And all the while, none of us have really just taken the time to realize that if we love ourselves and are just grateful for the things that we have already currently at a subatomic level, like with quantum physics, that does a miraculous thing. You love the individual you are and you are grateful and you appreciate the things that you have, you are naturally going to attract more positive energy. And that's really just like the premise of my whole entire channel. It has been for a very, very long time. Sure, I put on a tinfoil hat. Sure, I believe in Bigfoot. I go down the craziest rabbit holes. But at the end of the day, so is everybody else. But not everybody else is talking about spiritual health. Not every day people are like making sure that everybody at least acknowledges mental health every day. Some people just need to hear, and if nobody's told you today, I love you, bro. I'm proud of you. I see you. I see all the comments. I read them all. I see whenever you're interacting, bro. And just being a human in 2026, with as confusing, as difficult as it may be, where we're stuck in a system that seems to reward people who are fake, seems to reward drama. We've all been brainwashed to think that this is some sort of popularity contest, all while simultaneously being a contest to see who can get the most coins in this simulation in their bank account by the time they move on to the next phase of existence. They've destroyed the cellular family. They've pitted races against each other. They've pitted men and women against each other. Can we not see that the first act of rebellion is to fix those problems? Fix the problems of inequality. And not even just systematically inequality, like internally inside of yourself. If you think that there is a certain demographic of people that are treated unfairly, where else are you treating people unfairly? Everybody should be accepted. The only people that shouldn't be accepted are people who hurt women and children. Like at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Pedophiles gotta go. Violent offenders, man, they gotta go. And not go as in like, let's take them out. Go as in like, it's always been personal. It's always, if we could get millions of people on the planet to just stop and think before they react, if we could get millions of people on the planet to do stuff every day to show themselves that they love themselves, because once you reach full capacity, not full capacity because the capacity is actually never full, there's always room to grow. But once you reach a higher baseline of self-love, you then have the ability to love the things around you. It almost happens just naturally. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you think that self-love is something that's not that important? I would love to hear what you have to say in the comments. If you've noticed that this video is just a little bit different than any other videos I've ever posted, it's actually the first video where I didn't have even any idea or kind of game plan walking in here. I just literally knew that I needed to come down here and get on the camera and just talk and be real and be authentic. Haven't we learned that this two-party system inside of America, inside of our governments don't work? Haven't we learned that every single presidential candidate that I could even name for the last 20 or 30 years, every one of them lied to us and then just lined their pockets and perpetuated more war, all while telling us that everything is okay? And in the grand scheme of things, I genuinely don't believe government is the way to fix any of this. The government is probably one of the masterminds on the continual propaganda trying to get you to hate yourself. Our government, your government, their government. It's all a one world globalization of power now. Why do you think that all of the tech companies are moving to a different country? Why do you think America doesn't produce anything anymore? It's because they have expanded their flow of control, whether that's trade routes, whether that's physical civilians, whether that's the trafficking routes. It's all become like a globalized thing. We've learned this through the Epstein thing. Epstein wasn't just hanging out with Americans. No, Epstein was literally associating with elites in every country. What do you think the World Economic Forum is, and Bilderberg Group and the Trilateral Commission, bro? Freemasons, the Illuminati, the Knights Templar, the Jesuits, The 300 Club. It just keeps going on. That's like what we're watching is the governments are no longer applicable unless us citizens continuously play this stupid political game. At the end of the day, it ultimately comes down to like the humans and the people who are in secret societies running the planet. Is that too far-fetched? Do you don't think that potentially that there are groups of individuals, like, for example, we just came to the realization as a society that Peter Thiel has been running this secret society called Dialogue for 20 years. How many more of those are there? Can we not see that now that the technology is the way it is, the wealth on planet Earth is just utterly disgusting on the amount of money some of these people have, that inevitably it's going to get out of control where there is no more governments controlling any of this stuff. It's literally just groups of rich people, and they're deciding who dies. They're deciding when the wars are. They're deciding when it's time to pull the plug, and all the elites that just happen to have a bunker are the ones that are saved when nukes start to get dropped. Isn't it obvious? Like, now that we know about, there are certain topics with our politicians sacrificing children to a specific deity, whether it's Moloch or it's Baal, consuming the children, adrenaline-filled kid blood, A113. Does that ring a bell? Like, at what point as humans do we actually realize, it's sad, actually. Like, it genuinely makes me sad, like, how many people are out there that are still asleep. Still, August 13th, 2026, there are humans that literally don't know or believe that Trump has a ton of allegations in the Epstein files. Sure, he was never found guilty in court, but allegations back to back to back to back to back to back, relatively saying mostly the same thing. They have to be taken seriously. All this stuff with the Charlie Kirk case, it has to be taken seriously. Not what TPUSA or the federal government are saying, but all the other people that are finding really compelling evidence. It has to be taken seriously. Can we not see that this is a spiritual war? Can we not see that the fact that Israel has been talking about, and now their IDF soldiers have patches on their uniforms symbolizing the building of the third temple? Yeah, like Solomon's temple, where, the Jewish star actually is the seal of Solomon, and their most holiest site is rubble or pieces of Solomon's temple. And at the end of times, at least in their religion, something that needs to happen is Israel has to be at war with the entire world, and they have to rebuild the third temple before their Messiah can come in. If you look at the information available to you subjectively, can you not see that Israel is trying to get people to hate them? Not only in the fact that they're just murdering thousands upon thousands of innocent people. How about the fact that pedophiles in America are allowed to run away to Israel and Israel won't extradite them to us? Why is that? How is it that the media was able to brainwash all of the people that it did to convince us that what's happening in Gaza is not a genocide? Because it is. I don't know. It just seems wild to me that with all of the evil that is very apparent right in front of our eyes, every time we look at a screen, the news, the fucking phone algorithms, whether it's on TV or it's Netflix or it's Instagram or it's YouTube, it doesn't actually matter. We are able to see in real time pure evil. Whether you believe that they're eating the kids, whether you believe in Frizzle-Azzle-Dripsky, whether you believe in the gate that's full of pizza, or just the simple fact that some people, it's crazy to me that people will argue against certain facts, but then when asked about if they really looked into that facts, like what's in the Epstein files, most people don't even look past the trafficking. They don't look at the fact that he was trying to seed the human race with his DNA. He was cryogenically freezing his head and his penis, that he was trying to impregnate up to 20 women at a time at the Zorro Ranch, also while doing research on mind uploading into computers. Him and Ben Gortzel were creating robots with the capacity of intelligence only that of a toddler. They were looking for savants with psychic abilities. They're CRISPR gene editing. Like, there's a reason. Like, the trafficking, sure, that's bad enough as it is, but there has to be a reason why they're still not wanting to talk about this, even though everybody knows that Jeffrey Epstein was a trafficker. It's because he was really into a lot more stuff than that. A lot more real dystopian stuff. Like, imagine this Neuralink that Elon Musk puts in people's brains. Do you think us goy are going to get access to when they're able to actually affect the human body, like make it so we can't feel pain, turn off sadness? With the click of a button from your phone, you can just overload your body with adrenaline. You know what I mean? Like, it's starting to get real weird. It's starting to get real crazy. And the only thing that actually brings me any sort of clarity and peace is my own personal healing journey and me as a human trying to understand reality the best. I don't know how long I've been going, and I just don't know what else to really say. I'm going to keep trying to do this. If you like this type of just come here and just free flow and unload, please let me know in the comments. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe, and just know that you hitting the like button tremendously helps. I love you. I appreciate you for being here, Team Human. I hope you have a blessed day.